We're going to keep this meeting moving. So before we all dine, I thought I'd go ahead and pass the mic around and do our introductions. We'll eat, and then we'll start the show. So with that, I'm Bob, W1RH, from Lotus.
Ian, W6TCP.
Gary, NA60.
Rich, WC6H.
Jerry, KD6WKY.
Glenn, W6GJB.
Tom, N3ZZ.
Jim, K9YC.
Tom, K6EU.
Jack, W6 Fox Bravo.
Brian, KJ6WH.
Gordon, KM6I.
Rob, Lee, K6OY.
Don, K6GHA.
Tom, W2SC.
Rich, N6KT, as recently as last week, PJ4K, new call sign. And my girlfriend, Ann, next to me.
Joanna, K6YL.
I am standing up. Bob, W6RGG.
Andy, AE6Y. I don't get it. K6XX.
Tom, November Whiskey 6 Papa.
Mike, N7MH.
Rusty, W60AT.
Steve, W1SRD.
John, K6MM. Tom, ND2T.
Allison, my friend, Siraj, KU6F.
Okay.
Mork, K6UFO, and NN7SS.
Bill, N6ZFO.
Stefan, F6SA. Ken, W6XB.
Dick, K6LRN.
Carolyn, K6TKD.
Ed, AJ6V.
Alan, K6SRZ.
Matt, WX5S.
Bill, W9KKN. And if you're on the Zoom, can you also go ahead and introduce yourself? No one's unmuting. We have Ken, K6MR, and somebody named David.
Welcome, Ken and David. And I think we'll have more joining us later. So enjoy your lunch, and the show will continue in a bit. Okay, hello again. You all have had enough time to talk. Everybody should be talked out by now. Okay, thank you, Siraj. Okay, we're going to keep this party rolling. Everybody's introduced themselves. Anybody new online, Bill? Okay, first of all, big thank you to Bill for doing all the AV. And anybody know that Don K6GHA makes beer? Oh, good stuff. Yeah, when you're president, you get a free glass too. Okay, we're gonna get going here and move right along. So I'm gonna turn it over to John, and John's gonna talk about CQP.
You guys ready to hand stuff out? You were born ready. All right. So, all right. First slide up. I just wanted to thank the thank the green team. This is the group of guys that have given of their time to make sure CQP is a success every year. I just wanted to thank Bob personally, but he wasn't able to make the meeting today. Bob, N6TV, always does a great job of making sure that all the counties are on the air. We did that again this year. This time we got 918 logs. This shows the average number of logs. We average about 825 over the last 12 years or so. A little bit of a dip the last 3 years, not so bad. Based on conditions, not too surprising. There's some really interesting quick stats. We had 38 new California records, 16 new non-California, 35 county expeditions, 38 California clubs, 87 non-California clubs participating, 36 new contesters, 19 YLs, 9 mobiles, 7 schools, and the 4 youth and a partridge in the whatever. Here are the 36 first-timers. There are 21 from California. Those call signs you probably never heard of, or maybe you have, but most of these folks never operated, and none of them operated in CQP before. And on the right side are 15 from outside, 2 from Canada, 2 from Ontario. So some nice personal comments from some of these people in the comment section. The 58 Club, this is always important to look at. How many people got a sweep? And you'll see the comparison for 2016. There were 18 California sweeps. That is 18 California operators worked all of the multipliers outside. In 2017, there was not much change. But the big difference was the reverse. In 2016, there were 17 folks who swept all 58 counties. But in 2017, it was about half that number. And that's an exclamation mark. It's something we want to work on for 2018. Here's the breakdown of the logs by area. It's typical. 39% or so are from California, 51% outside, not including VEV. There was 62. And then we had 31 logs. There were DX logs. That was pretty good, about 3%. Now, one thing that's interesting about everything that we do in contesting is that this little text file drives everything that we do. It's called a Cabrillo log. You guys know how the Cabrillo specification was put together? Who did that? That's right. Cabrillo format is used by all major contest sponsors. It was developed by Trey Garlow. So I called Trey. I said, Trey, I said, Trey, how did you name it? The Cabrillo format. It's Cabrillo. It is Cabrillo. And the first thing he said to me is, for God's sakes, it's not called Cabrillo, it's called Cabrillo. I'm still learning that. He said, well, I was in England in 1980, and I talked to John Morris, G4A and B, and found out that he named the Maidenhead grid system by simply riding around, and he saw a sign that said Maidenhead 42. And he said, I did the same thing down in Santa Cruz. I was riding around on Highway 1, and I thought, well, there's nothing that related to Cabrillo and ham radio, so that sounds like a good idea. So it turns out the Cabrillo Highway was named after Juan Rodriguez Cabrillo, a real Spanish explorer who discovered the West Coast. He was the first European to navigate the coast. A lot of monuments and lighthouse. There's a Cabrillo College. There's a Cabrillo Maritime Museum named after him. And, of course, the Cabrillo Liquor Store, which is one of the reasons that Trey Garlow has spent a lot of time. Cabrillo is often referred to as a conquistador. So I started thinking about that. Cabrillo is a conquistador. Okay, well, we happen to have among us our own Cabrillo conquistador. Wait for it. Wait for it. It's coming. And there he is. It's Tom Epperly. So unfortunately, Tom wasn't able to make it today. He's at the University of Colorado and a national park showing his son a good time this week. And I noticed that the foreheads are the same, the eyebrows are the same, the nose is the same, and same facial hair. I put him on top of a statue. If he was here, he'd be getting this box. And this box says, it's a star on a pedestal, and it says, California Q-Slip Party, Cabrillo Conquistador, Tom Epperly. I'll find a way to get it to him. He's a really great guy. We owe him a lot. All right, it's time to give out some awards. We'll take it from the top. The first place single op high power is, drum roll, it's Dan Craig. It's hard to beat Dan. He's such a great operator. In the lower right corner, you'll maybe have a hard time reading it, but that's the non-California winner, Paul Newberry for Georgia. Second place, single op high power is Rich Cutler. So we need a plaque for Rich. And I understand a photographer is Gary, NA60. This N6 TV couldn't be here today. His father's celebrating his 94th birthday in Las Vegas, so he couldn't make it. All right. Congratulations, Rich. First place, single op, low power, is Alex Bruder. This fellow is really doing well. He's only 22. In 2013, he was the top single op youth. In 2015, he won first place in this category. Last year, he won second place, and then in 2017, he picked up first place. He's got a really good coaching team in Elmer's, like guys like Dennis, N6KI. He's in San Diego. He's in, yep. Second place, single op, low power is Al Burnham. And I guess Al couldn't be here today. So Alan Ashleman, would you take his plaque for him? Okay, give it to Alan. Thank you very much. Single op QRP. There's only one top single op QRP operator in California, and that's Frank. Frank has done a fantastic job. He wrote to me and he said, please, no more plaques. I have no room for plaques, but I would love to have a T-shirt, so we're going to send Frank a T-shirt. First place, single op in the high power in the newest, relatively new assisted category is, he kicked butt again. That's right. He forgot his cowboy hat today, but that's okay. Second place, single op high power assisted is Steve Dyer. And Steve, with his 222,372 points, set a new record for El Dorado County in the single op high power assisted category. First place, single op low power assisted is Dean Wood, operating at NW6P. Dean couldn't make the meeting, but we'll give the plaque to Tom. Where are you, Tom? Tom McShane. That's great. We always appreciate it when Dean is able to operate. He doesn't have the time as he used to years ago, but in so operating in this contest, he set two records: the single op low power assisted record, not only for Santa Clara County, but for the state of California. Did a great job. And Tom and W6P deserves a lot of credit because he's always opening up his station for other people. Thanks for doing that, Tom. Some other data about Dean Wood. He holds 11 individual or shared county records. He's either by just going out by himself or partnering with a few other people. If he was here today, I would have given him the County King Award, but instead I'm going to be handing it to him personally when I see him. I'll invite him out to lunch. Second place, single op low power assisted, KM6Z. A fellow works out of LA, a relatively new contester. He set a record for LA County for single op low power assisted. We'll be mailing him his plaque unless we can give it to him in Visalia. We'll see. Yeah, who wants to try? Volodymyr Dmitriev? How's that sound? Close enough. Single op QRP, we had a tie. We had two people, and they both made 3 QSOs. Total score, 18 points. We'll be sending them a certificate instead of a plaque. We need to get at least 50 in the law. Top single op YL is Mary Mason, lives in Paso Robles. That's Mary. 66,000 points, all phone. And the YL outside is Carol, N2MM, who just keep winning that category year after year. We have among us, of course, Saraj, KU6F, who, as you know, had some bad luck. But as you also can tell just now, she hasn't lost her spirit, her smile, her sense of humor. However, she did lose a couple plaques, but we can't have that. So we would like to return those plaques to Saraj today. Well deserved. Well deserved. Top single op youth. Watch out for this guy. 13-year-old contester from LA. It's his first contest ever. I've been communicating with him over the last few weeks, and until yesterday, he was going to be here with his dad. He was going to drive up from LA. But unfortunately, his dad had to do something else, and he didn't have another ride, so he was heartbroken. But there he is, Norway 6 Quebec Delta, Remy Bell. Oh, what's that? Sounds like a really nice guy over the phone. I'm sure we're going to be hearing more. We'll be mailing out his plaque. Top single op new contester, another a local operator, Vadim Krasnovarov, I guess, a 6MU. And he set a record for the highest score for a new contest. So we give this award out only for California, not outside of California. So, it was all phone, 527 QSOs. KT always loves that. KT loves that. First to 58 is hard to beat this guy, 5 hours and 28 minutes on the first to 58 multipliers. Outside of California, it was Paul, Norway 4. That's not a record, by the way. There are a couple of people that beat that a few years ago, but he's so fast. As is this guy, N6 TV. He gets a plaque. We'll give it to him at the next meeting, perhaps. And my friend Craig Thompson, K9 Charlie Tango, got the same award for non-California. Craig got 3 awards this year for CQP. You'll see his call sign come up again. I always like to kid Bob because I don't think you can. Yeah, you can read it. It says basically for some people that contesting is a hair-raising experience, but for Bob, that's not a problem. This is actually a photo of Bob back in 1975 in QSD. Back in the days when. Okay, most sideband QSOs. Dan Craig again. This is third plaque, I know. And Craig Thompson got that for non-California. Most mobile QSOs, my hero. David Kunke. He teamed up with Willie Barber. By the way, he's a very interesting anthropologist, WJ9B. And together they ran through 24 counties. I took his log, which is over on the right, and then I mapped out all the times and the places. And there's his trip. He went from LA to Kern to Tulare to Kings to Fresno to Madera to Merced to Stanislaus, San Joaquin, then Sacramento up to Sutter, and then Yuba, then Butte and Tehama, and then Tehama, rather. Glen and Calusa and Yolo, so came back home this way. This is his trip. You can see on the log, if you look carefully, he made the most number of QSOs in Calusa, 128. I've been communicating with him as well. He was going to try to make the meeting today, but he couldn't. But he said he goes to Ames Research Center frequently. He's an aerospace engineer, and he said he would love to get together with this club and talk about mobile operations sometime. Yeah. We would love to have him, wouldn't we? I want to make sure he does that. Top school, drum roll. It's got to be. And Mike did this single-handedly. He turned the lights on, operated, and turned the lights off. It's just as simple as that. The non-California winner is W0 Bravo Hotel, who operates, he's on the faculty of Heston College and operating as K0 Hotel Charlie. He's a good operator. And we got a great performance from Dietmar Casper, Delta, Lima 3 Delta X-ray, actually a famous He made 161 contacts. And he's all CW, he's a great operator. Top multi-single was NO6T, the team of Marco and David. They do this all the time. So we'll be sending them their plaque, top multi-multi. There's none other than N60. Did a great job, as usual. And Gary, I'm going to ask you to take the plaque back for Ken Keeler. That would be great. County the Expeditions is really our secret sauce. I love to talk about county expeditions. I want to first give my tip of the hat to Jerry. Jerry, KD6WKY is here today. Traveled 800 miles round trip up to the rare county of Del Norte to sit in a motel room and with his Kenwood TS590 100 watts and a YP3 and buddy pole, he made 324 contacts and put Del Norte on the map. It was the only, I think, about the only operator we had on there. So thank you, Jerry. In so doing, you set a new low power record for Del Norte County. Thank you for doing that. First place single op expedition. This fellow, Bill Clark, got in his car. He lives in Arizona, crossed over and just set up in San Diego County with this 40 to 10 meter fan dipole. It was good enough for him to win prize. Second place single op the expedition was N6 Lima Paul Gordon, who went to Tulare County. And we get into the top multi-single expedition, K6QK. These guys have been going to Imperial County for 20 years, 29 years. Since 1989, they just get and go, and they just love to operate. It's just something to look forward to. Now we head into the multi-county expeditions. We had a great presentation from Glenn at the last meeting on what he did to customize a trailer and an RV to go on these CQP expeditions. You missed a great presentation, but hopefully we'll get the slides and we can put them up so you can see them. They did a 400-mile round trip from Santa Cruz to Tuolumne. Did a great job there. Another group that traveled 400 miles round trip was our friends from Central Oregon and DX, who traveled to Modoc and did a great job for that weekend. And then a relatively newcomer, K6EI, this is a call sign. This is a group from West Valley Amateur Radio, and one of the team participators is none other than sitting to my left right here, W9KK Ken. Watch these guys. They operated solar power at 100 watts, and they made 1,749 QSO. So here's how the scores turned out. Here's W6BX, K6EI, and K6M there. First two, they were just within a couple thousand points of each other, and it's a really good competition. But of course, I don't know, great rivalry is brewing. Guess who gets the plaque today? Of course, W6BX and the whole team. We got 4 members of the team here, and Glenn and Tom and Alan and they had to run high power. These guys wrote the book on how to do an expedition the right way. Thank you so much. Let's talk about club competition. That's the last piece. Last year, in 2016, we had 88 clubs participating. We only had one category. It's called large. It was basically assumed. We had 17 clubs from California, 71 outside. We changed the rules and we said we're going to divide this out into 3 different categories. You can enter large with no limit to the number of logs you submit, no limit. It could be 2 or 100, didn't matter. If you go into medium, you can submit as many logs as you want, but we're only going to count the top 35. If you go into small, you can submit as many logs as you want, but we're only going to count the top 10. So here's the results. First, in the large category, how many clubs do you think entered the large category? I heard 2. I heard 1. The answer is none. Nobody did. Everybody tried to game the system a little bit. By the way, that plaque is not going to be given, but if it was given, it would be named after you know who. How many of you remember Mark Ziegler, W6ZZZ? Yes, yesterday, to show you how time flies, yesterday was the 9th anniversary of his, that he became a silent key. 9 years ago, April 6th. Today's April 7th. Pretty amazing. In the non-California category for this non-California large category, PVRC ran away with it. There was really nobody close. I'm not sure why Bavarian or Rio Honda entered large, but they did. In the medium category, we count the top 35 logs. There were only 2 clubs that entered. The Southern California Contest Club and the Motherlode. And Southern California had 34 logs, and they won it by about 80,000 points or whatever. I know. Outside California was Contest Club of Ontario. Did a great job, as they usually do, 38 logs. And then in the small category, we had 36 clubs participating. Pizza Lovers only entered 8, and they just happened to have the largest score. Redwood Empire was behind them. I know. Outside California, it was a surprise win. You probably can't read it, upper left corner. Alabama Contest Group won the small category for the first time, but we had 77 clubs participating. It was a pretty good. So there are the numbers from 2016 compared to this past. We had 20 more logs from California, 16 more from non. In other words, 37 more total, which represents a 42% increase in club participation. That's pretty good. You can read the wine winners on the website. You're all going to get a bottle of wine as soon as Bob gets it labeled, and Bob Hess has volunteered to do this again. He's done a great job. We had many positive soapbox comments. You can read those on the website. There are over 300. These are just a few. We always get nice compliments and a few suggestions for improvement, too. For this year, I've asked Glenn Brown to help me. He's going to help me review the rules along with Rusty, who is always my eagle eye. And we're going to look for some suggestions for improvement. We'll try to focus a little more on county expeditions, talk about county line operations, think about some new incentives and awards. And for next year, 2019, I would love us to start taking advantage of some real-time tracking, which is what some of the clubs have done. We could probably partner with them to do that. Now, there's a little gift for you guys, for all of you who have been on a county expedition or thinking about going on a county expedition. We've got a little tote bag that you're going to get to take home. Go ahead and pass those out if you like. You can put all your goodies in it. And a big thank you. See you this October. Now, I'm not sure how many of you know this, but Chris was supposed to be here. He notified us late last night that his mom unexpectedly passed away. So our hearts go out to him and his family. I'm going to run through these slides. I haven't really reviewed them, but we'll just get through them. I think they're pretty self-explanatory. I'll probably be less worried than he would because I think we want to really move along and get through the. I think the main thing here is that we had a really good experience for Roundup of 2016. You can see the points and so forth, and we won in 2017 with 43 logs. Yes. Oh, I got one already. Thank you. So today we're celebrating the 2018 victory. And obviously, Chris is the one to give this the color commentary because he lived and breathed this, and he was just a real champion for making this happen. So let's hand out some of these awards. This is the RU 100 award, and I assume that is if you made at least 100 contacts. And so those are there. Are you the guys going to hand those out now? Yeah. Okay. Let's see, K60. Let's see who's here out of that group. Nobody's here. Anybody want to take it? If you. Oh, sorry. Gordon, good. I didn't see you. Please raise your hand if you want to take a plaque for somebody who is maybe not on the list. If you want to do that. Okay.
I'll take Josh's. I'll take SFK. From your ward manager.
Listen up.
Everybody.
Okay, when it comes to passing out awards, please, if there's anybody on this list who's not here, if you can take their plaque, their certificate, anything, please take it and hand deliver it. Save us a lot of cost and trouble on shipping, okay? Appreciate it.
All right, shall I move along, guys?
I'll take Josh's and Alan could take SFK's.
I'm going to move along. Somebody want to grab the 200 awards? Let's see. We've got Tom Burson's here.
I'm here. Josh Fightman's XU.
Okay. I'll take Gary. I'll take Ross Forbes. All right. Gary, which awards does he? You have the ball? Does he have the ball? He's got these. He's got these too. Okay, let's see. We'll move on to the next slide. We have, buddy, there's Dave. All right.
Alan, what's Josh's call?
X-Ray United. X-Ray United. Tell me when to move ahead, boys. All right. Well, Ian, you ready? We got some. All right. We got additional KB 500 awards to go to these. Anybody want to pick these up for Doug or Jim? Doug or Jim? Yes. Going once. Okay. Next is the 600 award. Let's see. Stefan, Don Taylor, Dick Wilson. I think everybody's here, right? I think all four of them are here. Do you have these, Ian? Oh. Okay. Do I need to go back at all? Let's see.
So I'm not standing in front of you.
I'm trying. All right. Gary, you good? Yeah. Probably should have two more people that are distributing these. Oh, okay. Thank you. Thanks. Do we have these four distributed, Gary? Yeah. It's going to take a while.
Hey, Gary, if it would save time, I will mail every one of those for you if you want.
I can mail them. It's just a matter of trying to find people who are here.
XX is here. All four of these guys are here. I think. All right. Ian, you ready with the plaques? It looks to me, anybody want to take Ira's? Dave Tucker's up north. Okay, and Bill Mora. All right. Are the additional 750 certificates, Ian? Okay. So we have 4 of those 5 are here. Okay. We got first time award goes to Jim Duffy, I guess. That's a nice achievement. Is that the plaque for Jim, right? Okay. Anybody want to take that? No. I forgot he lives. Doesn't he live up near Truckee? I think he lives up near Truckee. And then the rest are all certificates. Is that right? So we have Jim's here, Tom's here, Bob's here, Rich is here. We've got 4 out of the 6. That's what I thought. Okay, here's a 1,500 award. That's a certificate. Is that right? Is that right? Okay. Good job. Nice job, Ron. Chris himself gets a 2,000 certificate, and Jeff gets a 2,000 certificate. That's a great job. Okay. Nice job. And then, wow, here's a 3,000 award. It's a special award for Ed. Anybody want to take that award for Ed? No? Okay. I can take that. You want to take it? Give that to Rusty. All right, and now, you want to talk about this for a minute, Gary? A toast? I like this.
We're getting mugged this year. We have these beer mugs, pretty cool. For anybody who's on our list who participated in Ready Roundup, everybody gets a beer mug. Pretty cool. So I have too many to count over here, 90 some of these things. They're very heavy. I would love to have everybody take theirs, everyone who deserves it, and again, take a mug for anybody you can possibly deliver it to, because I'm basically not going to ship these things. Maybe a couple out-of-state guys, but I really want you to do that. So I'm going to have a sign-up sheet, sign-out sheet, whatever you want to call it. It's going to be over here in the corner by these boxes. So cross off your call and cross off the call of whomever you may grab a couple to deliver to. I really appreciate your help on this. So we'll leave these over here till the end of the meeting, and on your way out, grab a mug, okay?
I just want to say that without Chris here today, I remember a board. Whoops. Okay. I remember a board meeting where Chris absolutely begged us to do something special for Ready Roundup. So really, you guys could thank Chris for these mugs. He really pushed us hard to put out the money for it. He worked so hard to get a win for us. So thank you to Chris.
Let's give him a round of applause. Okay, Mark, you're up. Right here.
Hello, I'm Mark, K6UFO, and the NAQP contests are always something that this club does great in, on phone, on CW, and especially in RTTY. And in February 2018, next slide, John, the NCCC team did fantastic. We won all the single operator categories. First place single op low power was Jeff at the W7RN station, and first place single op QRP was NN7SS. And I know that guy. But even more impressive in the team competition, where there's a group called SWAC, always puts together this team of top hired guns from around the country. NCCC won instead. Very good, fantastic. With our Our team was W7RN, W6YX, operated by Mike, N6WM Chris, K6MR, and K9YC. And if you're on the team, you get one of these nice trophies. So needless to say, it's great to join up on these teams because you get some very nice trophies. And the NAQP contests are in phone, CW, and RIDI. There's one in the January, February, and then there's one in July and August. So there's lots of chances. I'm going to get the rest of these to the people who are here, but then we can move on. Give them all a big hand. Thanks very much, guys.
I can do a walk around, that's fine. And to the right must be forward. Okay. All right, everybody, it's time for the KB Awards. I'll try to get through this as quickly as we can. So everybody by now probably knows what this is about, the KB Awards. Our inter-club competition is going on for, it's just been through its second year. We try to reward any active contesters. We include points from 34 different contests. The contest year goes March 1st to March 1st, so we just started a new contest year recently. So all you have to do is post your scores 3830. We will find you. We will automatically add you to the sum, and you will automatically be entered in the competition every year. Your total score is the sum of all these scaled contests. Each contest has its own multiplier, and then we multiply by the number of contests, so it sort of grows exponentially. So the big winners are the gigapoint winners. Yes, a gigapoint. How often do you have a contest where you can get over 10 to the 9th points? Well, we've got one right here. So the status of this contest right now, all the rules and standings are on the NCCC website in the awards area. The rules are there, the current standings, which are updated every hour. This past year, we had 181 members who reported scores. I have some statistics on that. And the big news was that Matt, WX5S, has automated the scoring process for us. Yeah. And in fact, we have a special award for Matt, the Golden Mouse. There it is. Yeah, Matt and I had a great time getting this debugged, and we're also thankful to fellows like Bill, N6ZFO, who's been our beta tester. He beats us up on a regular basis when he finds a problem with the scoring, so he keeps us honest. This is just a list of the contest, a bit of an eye chart. We'll skip that. So how active were we? Total of 1,500 scores, roughly, by 181 operators. Half the operators reported 5 or fewer contests out of the 34 possible slots. So we have a lot of people who are just occasional operators. We did get 21% more scores reported than last year. I think as we've been advertising and people kind of got interested in this, we do have kind of a cool plaque. So things picked up a bit, and the average was about 8 contests. So you can see there's just a few operators who, let's see, does this have a laser on it? It does. Up here? Nope. Oh, the red one, there it is. Ah, there it is, a faint little dot. So you can see there's just a few operators who did, excuse me, over here. A few operators did a very large number of contests, and nobody did them all. I just decided to say, well, how has the ranking changed? Have people moved up and down in ranks a lot? There's a lot of statistics in this data set here. And so what I found out is that on the average, people actually moved down a little bit, which is kind of funny. But of the last year's top 25 top scores, 19 are still up at the top. So there's plenty of activity. and keeps the competition rather lively. So here's the change in points versus rank. So, oh, look at the gigapoints. That's pretty cool. So the person with like rank number 1 is way up here, well over gigapoint, and it kind of trails off after that. Yeah, I don't know who these outliers are. These guys who seem to get carried away with every contest. They try to game the system, So let's count down the winners. So now we get into our handout debacle again, trying to get these certificates and plaques. We're going to start with the certificates. So we have the same situation before as trying to get these out to everybody. And here comes the first list. We're starting at 50 and working up. So if you, Ian has these in this order in his pile. So if there's somebody there, if your name is on the list, or there's somebody you want to take, put your hand up right now, and you will get a certificate. Okay, that's going pretty well now. We're down to W6JTI. All right, any more? Next page. Come on, clicker. Okay, well, we have W9KKN right in front of us here. I'll take his. You got it already. Huh, look at that. Anyone else on this list somebody can take? Oh, there is AJ's 6's Victor over here. There we are, very good. All right, any others? Any other takers? Okay, next. All right, oh, WC6H is here. Okay, good. All right, we'll move on. Now we're going to the plaques. All right, here we go, counting down the plaques. All right, number 25, we have 6 LRN over here. And Stefan sitting right next to him. We've got a winning table here. And here's Matt at 23. We have Jim there at number 20. Okay, very good. All right, next batch. All right, Don, GHA, back in the corner. We've got our illustrious president there at number 14. And Tom, W2SC, who is notable for being the most efficient contester. Yeah, so guys who show up and work a paltry 10,000 Qs in a weekend, a casual contester, just 5 contests to put himself in 13th place. Pretty amazing. All right, what's next? Okay, we have SRD at number 11, Andy at number 10. We're getting close to the gigapoint winners here, very close. Very, very close. Last year there were 3 gigapoint winners. It looks like we have more than that this year. All right, These guys get the big lumber, yeah. Oh, here it is, 7th place. K6 SRZ. And it didn't print the call sign. I don't know why. It's over here. There. Oh, they went flying past. And here we have Mike. All right, the voice is Stanford, always knocking them dead. All modes, all the time. And next is me. Oh, thanks. Why don't you put that in the corner? I don't think I can handle this, Ian. Here, I'll just hold it for me there. Thank you. Yep. So I worked the most contests. And then my employer, Ken, N6RO, in 4th place with the baddest station on the West Coast. All right. Is Ken on the remote today? He is. Oh, congratulations, Ken. More lumber. Up at N6RO, we have huge piles of plaques. We've decided we're going to build an addition onto the shack made out of plaques. So. All right, and now here is a major KB with nothing but wires in the trees. Isn't that something? Hank, W6SX in 3rd place. Yeah. And in 2nd place, K6BIM, Dave Tucker. Yeah, fantastic antenna farm up on the hill there. Always a big signal, and he's everywhere. And our grand prize winner, N6ZFO. Yep, he was in it to win it, and by golly, he took the grand prize. All right, congratulations. So what's happening next? So KB Awards version 2 is underway. And what we did this year to give it a little tune-up, every year this contest is going to change. It's going to evolve a little bit to keep it interesting. So what we did is we broke it into brackets. There's 4 brackets, and that's basically set by your rank at the end of the previous year. So like the top 30 guys are essentially competing among themselves. So the poor guys down at the bottom don't have to compete with the big guns. The brackets were just published in the recent jug. You can see where you're positioned, and in the results, it's broken down the same way. We added some more contests. For instance, our nice Canadian friends. There's a couple of good contests, really fun for us. Macro theme, we added that in. Florida and Kansas QSO parties. So we're trying to find some contests that are fun, rewarding, especially for some of the smaller stations. And again, this list will, change from year to year. So we're at 38 contests altogether. I try not to get too many in one weekend. How to improve your standing? Participate. Every score has value. Every contest that you enter is a multiplier. So like this weekend, today is the SSB Sprint, counts as a multiplier. It also has I think the mult is 100 on the SSB Sprint. Is that? It's 100, yeah. So your score can really leverage you up on a contest like that today. Yeah, get those mobiles on the air. So what else? You can try a new mode. Try the sprints. The sprints are great. Those have also big multipliers on them. Small score but big mult. Join in multi-op. The multi-million point things in multi-ops, and you just split the score there. Let someone else use your station. You get a quarter of their points if someone uses your station. So that's one of the reasons, for instance, N6RO and W6P tend to gather up some points that way. So, make it happen. Did you know there is a National Kick Butt Day? Yes, it's the 2nd Monday in October. It's right after CQP of all things. And there is, in fact, a KB lager beer. You can buy it in Australia if you're ever down there. So Rusty says we actually gave out KB lager as prizes back in the day. Oh, the big cans. Well, they do it in a big way in Australia, you know. Well, that's cool. Now we have some special awards, so things that don't fit in any other category. It's kind of interesting here. So let's see what the first special award is. We've got our eye on you, our very own Lee, KI6OY. So Lee is 100 watts in a wire, and as of yesterday, he is a new CW Ops member. So Lee's right across town from me, and I'm his biggest cheering section. Another's Larry Mitchell, KF6NCX, sitting up in Chico, and you guys have probably seen him on the reflector. I've talked to him a number of times. Larry, again, very new to contesting, but he is fearless. I mean, joining the CW sprints. I mean, he's doing everything. He's trying everything. I really appreciate the guys who are willing to get their toe in the water and just give everything a try. So a round of applause for Larry. I think that's remarkable. So we look for you guys to be big award winners in years to come. We're paying attention. So here we have the perpetually persistent pistol award going to Don, K6GHA, the guy who. Yes, he gets a genuine monogrammed Nerf pistol there. The guy who will run 100 watts until the end of time. Pushing that rock down. Now here's an interesting award. Yes, the Iron Butt Award. Oh, and he gets a special, there's a special package over there for Stefan. Better bring that over. Ian, there's a box over there. It's a big flat box. I think we brought it over to that side. Yep. A little award for Stefan. Yeah. As a contest dedication from a, not so modest station in this case. So hold up your little prize there for us, Stefan. Yeah, we got to see what's in the box. He's just afraid to show it to us. What could it be? Let's see. Here, hold it up. We'll take a picture, Stefan. Over here. I just happen to have a camera. Look at that. All right. This is your very own Iron Butt for the year. Okay. And we're giving an honorary KB award to Bruce, WA7BNM. Even if you don't know Bruce, you should. This is a guy who runs 3830 in the contest calendar and a number of manual log converters, all kinds of things. And he's been very helpful to us and contest clubs everywhere. We're also going to send him a check to help out with the services. We really appreciate the work by Bruce over year after year. And to Siraj. Siraj has had quite an adventure this past year. What can I say? So we're recognizing a resilience in the face of disaster. It says down at the bottom of the clock, from your NCCC friends, time heals all wounds. A little clock for Siraj. I bet you don't have a clock for your mantle. Maybe, well, you do now. All right, a clock for Siraj. And related to this, did you know when her house burned down? I mean, what do you do? There you are, standing there looking at a pile of ashes. Oh, I'll take a picture after the meeting, okay? So what do you do when you have nothing but ashes to go home to? Well, you ask around. Maybe your friends step up. Well, by golly, somebody did. Alan, K6SRZ. A little bottle of wine to help. Call it the Helping Ham Award in this case. It invited Siraj and her husband to come stay with them for a couple of months. How cool is that? Isn't that something? Yeah, a a fine human being, and an excellent contester. Alan's got it all. Thanks from everybody, Alan. And to our NCCC webmaster, John, in appreciation of all his service to our contest club, another bottle of wine. Yeah, John manages websites for numerous organizations, and he's very responsive, and it's just a pleasure to work with him on these things. All right. And there's just one more thing. The Leadership Award for our outgoing president. When 2 years is simply not enough, we went for 3. Yeah, we really appreciate all the work you've done for us, Bob. It's the club's shown some growth, some new programs. Really appreciate it. It's Bob's up.
Okay. I didn't expect that. Okay. So we have this CQ Worldwide DX Founders Award. Anybody want to hazard a guess who gets this award this year? Just a guess. Yeah. Where is it? Yeah. But you brought the big plaque with you, right? Because he felt that he would have to turn it in. But no. And as a matter of fact, let's see, which one is this one? Bob told me he actually has a faded spot on the wall now where this plaque hides. So. Congratulations to Bob. And what do we have next year? Oh, I have the... Stupid me. Okay. Yeah, there we go. The statistics. I really should have had Gary do this. I'm still thinking about that plaque you guys gave me. I didn't expect that. Okay. Here we go. The annual operating awards. This is the one where you guys vote and the board looks at it, and we have some good stuff here this year. So Rookie of the Year. Anybody want to hazard a guess? I think his picture's up there. There we go, Bill. I don't want to embarrass you, Bill, but how old are you? 32. Okay. Because my daughter's boyfriend, Tyler, K6TLR, says you're now in his sights. So he got the award last year. Most Improved Contester. And hello, there we go, Mr. Ian. And just to give you an idea, I made some notes here. Ian, in 2016, he did 4 contests and made 7.2 million points in the KB. And in 2017, 12 contests, 38.8 million. So watch out as ZFO, he's gunning for you. Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. And what happened? Did we crash? Did I do something? Oh, I did. Here. Yeah, I know. I'm just bad news. Somebody else do the slides. Yeah. Yeah, I'm on a plane tomorrow to the National Association of Broadcasters convention, so as long as I'm away from the station. By the way, I got it just as an aside, we had a battery fire. It made national news. Little lithium ion thing. We had to evacuate the building day before yesterday. And the smoke, yeah. The smoke those things put out, could not see 3 feet in front of you in the studio. Anyway, Elmer of the Year. Well, well, well. Well deserved. Rob, K6RB. How many guys now have you taught CW? Do you have a count? 120. All right. Congratulations to Rob. And the Team Builder Award. Oh, there we go. Chris, N6WM. Done a hell of a job this year as our VPCC. Our Inspiration Award. Tom. There's Tom, NW6P, who's opened up his station to so many and entertained, who was it that came from Germany? Yeah, DL1QQ, Sandy. Yeah. So congratulations. Operating Excellence Award, K6XX. Bob, why not? I think that one was a slam dunk. And what else we got here? Sideband Operating Excellence, WX5S, Matt. Usually hear Matt operating up at W7RN or N6ROs. And ready mode. Okay, let's go. There we go. Ken and K6MR. Hey, Bill, are any of these guys on the, is Ken on? Sometimes he's. Okay, congratulations to Ken. Okay, moving on. Most valuable player, Gary, NA60. Can't say enough about Gary. And we'll try this again. Contester of the Year. Yeah. This one really means a lot to me that we, we give, over the years, we've given out awards for NAQP and sweepstakes and WPX and that kind of stuff. But here we got a guy who's a DX contester that just makes a lot of points. Okay, so.
last year of the 6 major DX contests, I participated 5 to 105. That's what I thought. I do know that my wife and I did multi-2 in NAQP sidebands, and that's because she's been wanting to operate, so we've done that for the last 3 years too, so that's been a lot of fun.
Congratulations, Tom. Talk about an iron butt. Okay, President's Awards. I'm trying to run through these quick. Outstanding service as the President's mentor. I got to tell you, 3 years ago, this guy twisted my arm to run for president, and I knew nothing about the workings of NCCC. And John, I said, well, you're going to have to be on every board conference call to tell me when I do the right thing and the wrong thing. So thank you, John. Rusty, W6OAT. Rusty's another guy that I asked to be on the board, and he's done it now for 3 years. And boy, did he help us out keeping the ARRL on the straight and narrow this year. Thank you, Rusty. And we have sort of 2 for the price of 1 here. Click. There we go. Outstanding service. When Tom K6EU, who was our previous treasurer, hung in there for a few months, but absolutely couldn't because of travel, couldn't continue. I twisted Dick's arm, and I knew Carolyn would be there in the background because she was the treasurer for Motherlode, and you see Carolyn collecting money here. So we can't give Dick an award without giving one to Carolyn. But because we're cheap and he's a treasurer, he'd only pay for one plaque. Okay, so we're nearing the end here. I want to thank the board for the service over the years. Joanna's up there, K6YL, and was in my first term. She was our secretary. And Steve, W1SRD, did 2 terms as VPCC. And this board, over 3 years, I just want to let you know, when you have a board that really works together and everybody gets along, you get things done. And in the last 3 years, we have started the NCCC barbecues. We started up again the holiday parties. We did the nonprofit 501c3. Thanks to Ian, we did Member Planet, which makes it so much easier for the secretary. W0YK came to me at my first meeting as president and said, hey, we need a life membership award. And we got the board to approve that. We expanded our CQ circle for guys like Dave, KI6BIM, for CQ contest, and moved that circle up north. We started the KB Awards, and I think the board helped John a little bit in getting some of these club competition rules and CQP rules modified this year. So thanks to you guys. And of course, John and Dean N6DE have both advised the board over the 3 years. Thanks to the CQP team, and I don't have all the calls listed there. The NCCC Sprint, NS, and RTTY team guys, N6RO, N6ZFO, and 3ZZ, K6MR. John's our webmaster, Jug editor Ian, webinars Bill, contest floggers Bob, W6RGG does the CW sprints, Skip, K6DGW, and Bill now doing sideband sprint. Email reflector Phil, W6PX, and our volunteers for PacificCon and Visalia. Alan and Siraj every year, although I haven't asked them this year if they'd help us get the treats. Okay. And that's the way to twist their arm. Dave, K6KNS, I didn't put his call in there, but he's helped out at Visalia and PacificCon. Bob, I think you transported the keg. Somebody gets that keg there every year, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah. K6YL and of course Rick N6DQ have helped out so much. You saw that big tower on the mobile trailer at PacificCon, and you've seen what they've done at CQP, and Rick is someone that we lost here a few months ago. So with that in mind, I did want to mention a few others that we've lost in the past year. Don, Whiskey 6 Delta Alpha. Norm, WB6RVR. Norm is the guy who we actually gave him an honorary membership a week before he died. He's the guy that did our whole nonprofit for us at no cost. Some of you Motherlode guys, and he wasn't an NCCC member, Mel, N6MCM, died last weekend. And Mel, interesting guy, he was the director of the main engine program for the space shuttle, did many, many trips to Russia, which I think had something to do with the liver cancer, in all seriousness, the reason he died. And Mel had so many stories about his trips to Russia where he shared knowledge, wink, wink, nod, nod, and then the CIA would debrief him when he'd come back. Interesting guy. And then last but not least, and if I'm missing anybody, you have my apologies, but I want to do note again that Chris's mom died last night, and that's why he's not here today. Chris and his mom, very close. She was 81 years old. So if we can, just a brief moment of silence for this group. Okay. Now, I got one more. So this time, Let's get happy again and get a big thank you to our awards manager, Gary Ensick, NA6L. Gary did all the work for this meeting, and it's election time. I'm going to turn it over to John.
Okay. Well, first, another round of applause for the current board of directors, Bob, Chris, Dick, Ian, Ron, Rich, and Rusty. Thank you very much for a great year. Well, this group was hard at work over the last several months to put together a first-class slate of officers. We do have this proposed slate for 2018 and 19. Jack has volunteered to run for president. Chris has volunteered to stay in his role as VP. Tom has volunteered to run for treasurer. Ian staying in his role for secretary. Bob would pass on to past president. And then there are three other folks up there who have volunteered to run for director. So we want to thank them for starters. The next slide, I think, will ask the simple question. Are there new nominations for president? Are there new nominations for anything up on the slide? Well then, I guess it's time to vote. Although, this proposed slate of officers is up for voting now. All those in favor of voting this group in for 2018 and 19? Aye. Anybody opposed? All right, congratulations. Jack, do you want to say any few words? Of course he does. It's 2 o'clock, and we thought we'd end around 2 o'clock, so you got another minute.
We have an hour and 58 minutes until the 2 hours and 58 minutes until the contest starts. We have a lot of people need to get back. Thank you for everyone Bob and everyone for 3 years of great service for us. And we will learn a whole lot more about what we're going to do in a month.
Thank you.
I think, do we have a slide? Yeah. We have a new member, and he's not. Is he here?
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
And he's paid his dues.
Yeah. You know, as all of you know, we usually send our new member apps out of the room so we can talk about you. But we're in a real hurry today. But so we got Brian, KJ6 Whiskey Hotel, and he lives in Saratoga, and a double RL member. Did you pay your dues? All right, good. And this guy doesn't mess around. He's got an FTDX 3000 and some aluminum. We got an expert linear. So all in favor? Aye. All right. Welcome, Brian. So that does it, guys. Those of you, including me, I'm going to make a few contacts, but I do have to catch a plane. SSB Sprint tonight. Thank you, everybody, for supporting me over the years. This is the most fun meeting for a president, and Jack gets to do it next year. 73, guys.
Grab your beer mugs and beer mugs for your friends and cross those call signs off over there by the door. Thank you.